I'm here with Steve Garlick, the CEO of Anguilla Finance. We're at Captive Live in Chicago 2012. Welcome, Steve.
Welcome to you all.
And Steve, will you tell us just briefly, confirm for us that Anguilla is now one of the top 5 captive domiciles in the world today?
Certainly. I mean, we've had captives for a good number of years. We find ourselves in 5th place in terms of number of captives, which comes to somewhere between 268 to probably 275 by the end of this week, hopefully. And we hope by the end of next year to be towards the 350 mark.
Well, congratulations on that exceptional growth. That's quite an honor and distinction. And you do captives of all types. You have group captives, you have health benefit captives, you have 100+ million premium captives.
Absolutely. I mean, we look at captives purely from the ground up as a business plan, and if it makes sense, if it's good for business, and it makes have sound benefits for both parties, for Anguilla as a domicile and for the captive owner in particular, then we look at it very carefully, and in conjunction with the Financial Services Commission, we make certain that Anguilla stays and continues to grow as good for business.
All right. Steve, do you also, as CEO of Anguilla Finance, do you oversee business development in areas outside of captive insurance?
Absolutely. The government, it's a government-funded entity, Anguilla Finance, completely separate from the Commission, which may be unusual to US entities, but we do keep it separate. But Anguilla Finance does market the whole spectrum of financial services products, from company management, company formation and management, trusts, funds, foundations, and of course our most important product, captive insurance.
Okay, and Steve, last question. What percentage of Anguilla's business comes from the United States, and what other countries and continents is Anguilla experiencing business relationship development with?
Well, certainly in the captive insurance market, it's not surprising that probably 90% of it comes from the States, maybe 85. We have maybe 5% from Canada, and the rest spread over Latin America and Europe, with 1 or 2 from the Far East. But we see the growth of captives coming from a number of areas. Obviously, the USA will continue to be our prime source of new captives. The market is so huge here, the development potential is huge. But we're also cognizant of the fact that Latin America will be big, and we'll keep an eye on their legislation, their internal legislation, so that when captives become a more economic venture for those entities, certainly captives from South America will be key to us. Europe continues to be key. We're part of the British, I was going to say empire, we're a British overseas territory, and we work under English law, so it makes it very easy for European captives from all countries within the EU to domicile with us. Far East, always big, and certainly our company formation business is predominantly from the Far East.
Yeah, that was going to be my last question, is the Pacific Rim and Far East. What business growth do you see coming from that? I was not aware it was your primary source of...
48% of our company and corporations come from either Hong Kong or Taiwan.
It's very interesting.
We have an electronic system that works 24/7, 365, which makes it easier for our overseas agents, for example, in Hong Kong, to form or incorporate.
So they've embraced that technology efficiency, and they know you're a high, credible regulatory market.
Yeah, embraced it fully, because in fact, because of the time differences, we have an unusual, we can actually register companies yesterday if you file the incorporation by 12 o'clock today. It's bizarre,
I'm not sure I understand that one.
Yeah, it works very well.
All right, so you see the Pacific Rim potentially, as they understand what captive insurance is and how it can help their business enterprises. Do you think that's potentially a growth market like Latin America?
I think ultimately it will be, but everybody in the captive industry is cognizant of the fact that we are a nascent industry in financial terms, in longevity terms. And I think we've got such potential in North America that, to be honest, we'd like to focus on that first. But we keep a focus everywhere. but we're not going to spend a huge amount of time educating the Japanese in the short term. We'll wait until we explore fully the States and Canada before we carry on.
Thank you very much for your time, Steve. It was wonderful getting to know you at this conference, and I look forward to developing our relationship professionally.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.